Alright, welcome back. This is actually not that difficult in the sense that you guys have done this before. There's some Algebra 1 topics involved in this. Adding and subtracting and multiplying polynomials. Well, to add and subtract polynomials, all you have to do is add or subtract the like terms. Again, they're like terms if they have the same variable and the same exponent. Now, the first one's trickier because you have subtraction. The only thing you have to remember with subtraction is that the minus sign goes into all of these and changes the sign. So what happens is this turns into 4x squared plus 2x minus 3 minus an x squared plus a 5x minus a 7. And then just combine your like terms. Again, my like terms are these. So I have a 3x squared. I have a 2x and a 5x, which gives me a 7x, and then I have a minus 3 and a minus 7, which is a minus 10, and that's my final answer. Okay? Now with addition, you don't even have to distribute anything. The parentheses just come down. Okay? With addition, the parentheses are not, it's like they're not even there. Because to distribute a plus is the same thing as keeping everything the same. And then you combine your like terms. I have 3x and 1x to the fourth, so I'm going to say I have 4x's to the fourth. I am going to add the 3x squared. Oh, let's look for, here's what you guys have to be careful with. You want to make sure that you do it in descending order. So now I've used these x to the fourths. I'm going to look at my x cubes. All I have is this 2x cubed. Then I have a 3x squared. I have no x terms, and then 9 plus 8 is 17. So this is the final answer right here. So that's adding and subtracting. Add and subtract the like terms. Multiplying, also known as distributing. What you do is you take the first term and multiply it by each one. So multiply the x by all three of these. So I get 2x cubed plus 4x squared minus 3x, and then multiply the minus 2 times everything. And I get a minus 4x squared minus an 8x plus a 6. Now you do what we did up there. It's an adding and subtracting problem now. Combine your like terms. We have a 2x cubed. That's the only thing that's cubed. 4x squared minus a 4x squared. Well, look what happens there. These go away. Minus 3x minus 8x is a minus 11x. And then we're left with the plus 6. So that is our final answer. So that's what happens when you have a binomial into a trinomial. But again, you can do that the same way with this one here. What I like to do with this is take two of them and FOIL them out, and then do the last thing. So I'm going to do these first. And you get x squared. I'm going to do this quickly in my head. Minus 3 plus 2 is a minus x, and then minus 6. That's what that turns into when you FOIL that out and combine your like terms. And now I have this. And you can do it the other way too. You can, it's the same thing. Multiply the x by everything and then the 1 by everything. So I get x cubed minus x squared minus 6x plus x squared plus, let's just say it's minus x minus 6. And then combine your like terms. We have 1x cubed. We have a minus x squared and a plus x squared, so those cancel. We have a minus 6 and a minus 1 is a minus 7x, and then finally we are left with our minus 6. And there we go. That's how you multiply. Alright, special products. You've seen these in different forms. We've been doing them with factoring. Now we're doing the other way. Again, when you multiply something and then you multiply by its opposite, when you have adding and subtracting, remember we called these like conjugates. Think of these as conjugates. Then the middle term drops out and you're left with just the first term squared minus the second term squared. It turns into a problem that looks like you could factor with difference of two squares. So right away, what did this get factored from? It got factored from x squared minus 9. So if I multiply those back out, I should get x squared minus 9. So that would be my final answer. Square of a binomial. This is important. The whole reason we do these, we did these when we completed the square. We divided by 2 and squared it to get the b, and that is how we got squares of a binomial. And then we're able to write it in vertex form earlier. or you can just do the pattern. So there's two ways to think about this. You can just do this, x plus 2 times x plus 2, and multiply it out, or look at the pattern, and it's x squared plus 4x plus 4. And again, you don't have to memorize these patterns. You can just multiply them out. You can write them out. Write them out as, you know, multiplying two things together. If you don't like to memorize things, so. Okay, and there it is. So, let's flip the page. Now, the only thing that's different here is cube of a binomial. There's another pattern here. By the way, take the time for a minute. The second problem, this should be to the third power in your note sheet. I believe this year I had that wrong. I had a square there. So make that a cube, so we do this correctly. So there's two ways to, again, approach this. If you wanted to, for like x plus 3 quantity cubed, let's say you don't want to memorize this. And that's okay. You can just do x plus 3 times x plus 3 times x plus 3. But if you don't want, if you're okay memorizing it, this would be your a value. This would be your b value. So a cubed is x cubed plus 3 x squared times b, which is 3, plus 3x times 3 squared plus 3 cubed. And what happens is the final answer is x cubed plus 9x squared plus 27x plus 27. That is what you would end up with if you did this up here. Okay? And it works the same way with the minus, except for it alternates signs with the minus, starting with positive a, and then it goes negative, positive, negative for the last one. So, again, we have x cubed minus 3x squared times 2. Again, b is 2 here, not negative 2. The negative is just already put into the problem, so you don't put negative 2 in for b. And we have our answer then. We get x cubed minus 6x squared plus 12x minus 8. And that is our final answer. Now, we can do this with letters too, using the pattern if you don't want to multiply it out. So this would be like our a value, this would be our b value. So we have ab cubed plus 3ab squared times 2 plus 3ab times 2 squared plus 2 cubed. I'm just using the pattern, but instead this AB is now my A value in my pattern, and 2 is the B value in my pattern. So we get A cubed, B cubed, plus 6A squared, B squared, plus 12AB plus 8. And that would be the final answer. Again, you can multiply that out yourself if you wanted to. So this is something you do not need to memorize, but it's something that if you want to, it makes things a little bit quicker. Okay, and that's it. Nice little short video for today.